This week, only one name is dominating the pro wrestling scene, and that is one CM Punk.
CP Monk.
For those that don't know what's going on, CM Punk got fired and tons of fucking drama. And right now, there are people that are absolutely defending the man, absolutely throwing the man under the bus, and everywhere in between. It is a bit crazy. Hopefully you guys could settle down. You got old men on podcast saying this is what I would do. It's like, come on, don't fucking embarrass yourself. But here's the big question coming out now. Okay, it's official. He's a fired. I turned into Mario, and everyone's asking Sid. Does he go back to WWE? Does WWE let him back? Does he become a pro wrestler? Is he even worth it? Is he going to be a star? Is he going to be a draw power? Is he going to behave? Is he, what's the situation here? Is it going to be another failure? Because let's talk about the good stuff. Because, if you attack CM Punk right away, sensitive people that put all of their problems in life into one person instead of bettering their life in any way, we have to say the positive, all right? Awesome that he made straight edge popular. Probably made a bunch of people straight edge. Second,
Good for you.
The pipe bomb, absolutely fantastic. And at one time, he was the best wrestler in the world. Here's the problem with most wrestling fans. People go up and down in talent and value-wise, okay? And I always pick on my boy Larry Bird. Larry Bird, you're a Boston guy. One of the greatest basketball players of all time. He is not in his prime. So in wrestling worlds, everyone's, you gotta respect Larry Bird, he's the fucking greatest. Yeah, that's without a doubt. Ask him for autographs. But I don't think you want him as a small forward on the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't think you want him on the Knicks. I don't think you want him on the Lakers. That's the thing. Wrestlers go down and up in value. And to steal a line from Dennis Rodman, you could deal with a pain in the ass with 30 rebounds a night. You can't with 5. All right, so WWE had their problems with CM Punk. CM Punk, for how many years has he been bashing WWE now? 5, 6, 7, 8, 20. So they had a divorce. They go their separate ways. He goes to the UFC. He goes 0-2. Not very successful, but brave to try it. Let's be honest. We can't be all negative. Very brave to try it. Goes to AEW. Gets fired. But the whole time he's been bashing WWE. It would feel weird. I had an aunt and uncle. They got divorced. They hated each other. And then they got back together and acted like nothing was fine. And it's just fucking weird. It's weird. If you badmouth someone for 8 to 10 fucking years, I don't think that's where you should go crawling back to. That's just me.
Especially if your whole thing was that they horribly mistreated you. Like, how can you go with, like, don't get me wrong, yeah, it's wrestling. He says it for promos and shit. But wasn't his like opening return line something about he stopped being a wrestler when he went to WWE, et cetera, how much he hated
I think
it
Nakamura
there.
said the same thing in Japanese.
How those people tried to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he ran the fucking gauntlet and reasons why he hated WWE as the first thing he did on AEW with the mic. Like,
and it's not like he wasn't throwing him under the bus in any mic ever. You put a mic in that guy's face, he's like, yep, fuck him. That's it.
Yeah.
So
it's just now he's going to say fuck WWE. Well, now he's probably just going to say fuck AEW until he's sure he can't go back to WWE.
Yeah. And here's the thing, too. Like, if you're WWE, do you want him back? Everyone's like, he's the number one T-shirt seller. Everyone says that he sells lots of tickets. I think I don't think you bring him back. And what do you bring him back as? You got to think, as WWE, do you motivate him? Be like, you got to prove yourself to AEW. And we did this a while back. We're talking in-ring wise. Is he better than... Well, I mean, what top percentage do you put CM Punk on a WWE roster? Pro wrestlers today are more athletic than ever. Period. End of story. Do you think he's in the top 10? Do you think he's in the top 100? Okay, that maybe between.
I think he's definitely like... I would say based off his past few matches, I would say he's still like top 30 to 40%.
Yeah.
I'd be hard pressed to say he's top 20% consistently. I feel like he hurts himself a lot, which is definitely if we're talking WWE, hurting yourself a lot in WWE history has historically always meant their interest in you plummet and they don't want you.
Yeah.
They have had a ton of guys who were great wrestlers but kept getting hurt that they just basically said, fuck them. So
Yeah.
I have trouble believing that they're going to look at Punk. Punk's going to come back, and with how much Punk hurts himself, they're going to be happy with it. That said, I don't think the door's closed. There's money.
Oh yeah,
There's money to
definitely
be made. If he can come back as a part-timer and not be problematic and they think they can control him, I think there's money to be made and they'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll bring him back at the level he was getting at AEW at all. He's not going to be the main star of one of his own shows. That ain't going to happen. You're not going to be in charge of creative of a show. That ain't going to happen. There are a lot of things you're not going to do that I guarantee you Tony Khan was giving you, that we all know Tony Khan was giving you, and you spit in his face. So no matter what, it's a downgrade from the level of treatment he was getting.
And you know, when Mark Henry wanted to prove he was the strongest man in the world, now Vince, what power does he have? Doesn't have? Who knows? That's for guys behind the scenes or liars on the internet. But Vince told Mark Henry, you can go and try to be the world's strongest man, but there's not a contract for the second strongest man in the world for you. So he knew what was on the line. All right, so you went 0-2 in the UFC. Dana White wants nothing to do with you. And you got fired from AEW. Is the t-shirt sales
being
worth
a problem?
Yeah. And on top of that, I'll tell you, last 10, 20, 30 years, I don't think John Cena is a good person. I think he's the definition of propaganda working. With that said, Koco would choose John Cena over CM Punk. I never thought that day would come. Because here's the thing, you know, John Cena ain't going to do anything too fucking stupid.
100% loyal to the brand.
Yeah. And it's like, well, if you're going off t-shirt sales, bam, there you go.
He moves them. He moves t-shirts. He moves armbands. He moves hats.
And then I just picked CM Punk because
handkerchiefs.
I just picked John Cena. Sorry, I picked John Cena as an example of someone that I hate that could sell merch. The Rock. The Hollywood strike comes back. Bam, you can have him come back. Dude, The Rock, I was joking with Sid on a cell phone. The Rock could literally put a rock on a t-shirt and he'll say, rock-a-doo, or something stupid, and he'll sell. He'll just fucking sell. You have The Undertaker, Stone Cold. You can go to the well so many more times to people that were loyal and will sell a lot more. Will sell a lot more. So it's an interesting situation. If it does happen, it'll just be a money grab. But here's the thing: let's be pro CM Punk fans, okay? I was a CM Punk guy. You know, people go up and down. I know that's impossible for the internet to understand sometimes. But here's the thing: let's say, put on your hat. We are Team CM Punk. Go tweet. Go on Reddit. Defend his honor. AEW. Blah. He'll work at WWE. I love how WWE has a good reputation, Ren, as a company. That's the part that blows my mind. But let's just say we are pro WWE, pro CM Punk. All right, CM Punk.
You just convinced me that they will bring back Punk.
They probably will, but
oh yeah, he's coming back for a Saudi show for sure.
Oh yeah, Saudi show for sure. And not only that, but here's the thing: if you're a CM Punk fan and you actually listen to the words that this guy say, him returning to WWE and you being a WWE fan and him returning, you have to admit to yourself that it feels wrong. It feels dirty. CM Punk, why did he hijack shows? Because we didn't like the WWE product. Why did we hate CM Punk? Because he talked bad about WWE. And now they're going to come back together and we're like, yeah, that's the end. That's the straight edge rebel that I know. He's back kissing corporate. You know what I mean? It just, the whole situation absolutely cracks me up. So I think he'll come back for cheap money, and I think they'll regret it. Now, if CM Punk had any honor whatsoever, go to NWA. Go to Impact. Go to Noah. I dare you. You fucking coward.
Yeah,
Go
I
to
think
New
there
Japan.
Are two sides of the if he wants to really prove it, there are two paths he can take. Prove your draw, which that means you got to go to some place like NWA. You got to go to some place like GCW. You got to go somewhere that isn't currently big shot on TV with a major TV deal,
Yeah.
and help them get there. Prove that you are that kind of draw.
Or
If you want to prove you're a great wrestler, path 2, go to Japan.
yeah. And on top of that, if you want to prove that you're a draw and you're the fucking man, run your own Fed in Chicago.
Good.
If you are so fucking clever, so smart, you're the best, we're fucking dumb, you're smart, you're a draw. CM Punk W, CPW, 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 CPW. Chicago's own. I don't know. Fucking you come up with your own goddamn marketing. I just feel... let's go back in time when I was a huge CM Punk guy. All right, let's go back in time. All right, he just hit the pipe bomb. If you time travel to that moment and tell yourself as a CM Punk fan, one day he'll come back to WWE because there was nothing left. At that moment, not now because you stand for nothing and you have no standards. At that fucking moment, how would you take that? He just... That picture with me. Go on this journey. You are a CM Punk fan. He just dropped the pipe bomb. And you say in the year 2023, he would fucking failed and got fired at everything and come back.
It's not the usual return story for WWE.
No. So it would be beyond interesting. It would be beyond interesting.
Almost everyone who comes back to WWE came back because they went and proved themselves somewhere else.
Yeah. Cody, Mark, Brock.
There's that angle too. How many people in the backstage of WWE might have a problem with Punk?
Well, there's lots of reports about William
harder
Regal.
For them to bring him back.
Yeah. Well, you never know because like the way the internet and news cycle works is if it proves your point, it's real, and if it goes against your point, it's fake news. But there are reports that people are like, no, we don't want him back. We don't want him back. We don't want him back. And if you're Dolph Ziggler, how fucking stupid do you feel for being loyal? If you know, it's just because here's the thing: The Rock never went around bashing John Cena, Undertaker, Stone Cold. Stone Cold, they had that falling out, but even when they had that falling out, he didn't trash WWE as much as Punk did.
No.
So yeah, it's good. It's going to be an interesting situation. Have you ever had
Punk trashed them as a company, both professionally in ring? He trashed them as a company in terms of how they treat their employees. He trashed their whole medical division. Like, Punk went in on every aspect of WWE that he could.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, they'll do it just for the money. They'll just do it for the money. Here's the thing. If WWE is so successful and it's all about the money, would it be weird to be a billionaire and still have no fucking standards?
Dude, fuck that. Look past that. Here's the other angle of it.
Yeah.
How can Punk even go back? This is a guy who, we got to look at this. He got upset at, I'll go on a one by one just to point out how fucking bad it is. He gets upset at Hangman, who from all reports is a total sweetheart. He's upset at Hangman because Hangman didn't want to take his advice. Whatever, dude. The quote, when you go back and see it, the quote was basically Hangman saying that, you know, he respected them all, but he was going to do his own thing because it had been working for him and he liked it. Like, he hears their feedback, but he's not changing everything he is to be what they were saying he should be.
Yeah, and that's what you should do. That's what Punk would do. That's what Brock would do.
And yet Punk, that's what set Punk off and got him pissed at him. And fine.
Can I just add something? According to reports, he did that to William Regal.
Oh, yeah,
in AEW. So,
which will not help you going back to WWE.
No.
But we look at that. Put aside that whole feud, that whole conflict. We'll
put a pin on it. We'll just say.
We'll say put all that aside. Once the suspension starts after he goes off on AEW at Brawl Out and then has a fight in the back room in front of Chief Legal, cough. In front of that, once that happens, this man then is off TV, everything, for over a year. Hangman says nothing about him. Not a word. Doesn't even, like, vaguely hint at anything about him. Has zero interest in commenting on it publicly. No one hears shit about this. But Dirt Sheets, nothing's hearing a word about Punk from Hangman. Great. What's he do? He comes back, still nothing from Hangman. He gets his own show, still nothing from Hangman. He then starts shitting on Hangman on the mic after the show to the audience, and knowing that people are going to have recorded it and leak it, because that always happens with anything that happens after the show ends. This is a man who held a grudge that long against a guy who the entire duration of the grudge was not participating in the grudge at all. But you expect me to believe that this man went back to WWE and made up with Triple H in one night? Yeah. Come on. He went to WWE to get press attention on him. That was the only reason he was in that building. Because he knew it would light a fire under AEW about him if he was going back to going to WWE. That's all that was. This man with that kind of ego, I don't believe he can ever make amends with Triple H.
Well, the funny thing is Triple H, they probably did. And this is a Coco-spiracy, no facts whatsoever. Triple H is like, yeah, dude, fucking water under the bridge. Yeah, you fucking get out of your AEW contract. We'll fucking hire you. And now Triple H ain't answering his phone.
I can't imagine Punk himself getting over that feud. Because didn't they send him the release on his wedding day or something like that?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he stands for nothing.
A guy who is this petty, if he goes back to WWE, is just the biggest hypocrite.
Yeah. It's gonna happen. Everyone knows that relationship where they're just horrible for each other and they'll go back. Mm-hmm. But even as a CM Punk supporter, you can't see this as a victory. You can't. You know? It reminds me of, and I hate politics, you worship your leaders, whatever, your leader's the best. But you ever see when they're trying to become the prime minister or the president or the king? Like, the one side will have two guys argue, and one guy will belittle the fuck out of them. Belittle, and then they'll win. And then, like, a week later, that guy that was fucking absolutely belittled. No, and not even working together. That guy's kissing ass. The guy kissing ass right now is CM Punk. CM Punk is the one kissing ass. I mean... I know it, but here's the thing. Business-wise, let's talk money. The longer WWE waits, the less value he has. What? Like, if I was Triple H or WWE, I'm not answering that fucking phone for a month. Maybe 2 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like every 24 hours that passed, that might be another zero that you have to pay him. It's like...
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, he'll probably show up. But it'll be the end of his legacy. WWE sweaties will fucking say, "Oh, it was the greatest thing ever," but they will fucking.
Was it?
No, they will. Once you've put your whole personality into a company, there's no more logical thinking. It's over. It's not even just in pro wrestling. It's in general. You're like, this idea, this corporation is my identity. You're fucked. Those guys are going to be fucked.
Well, here's the other angle of it, I think, that you got to look at. Anyone looking at potentially hiring him, for one, they're going to look at the bad reaction. The very public and clearly planned, like everyone has pointed out, clearly planned because of the way he went into it. He had planned his whole spiel for the brawl out incident, or at least the speech part of it, on camera for the post-match scrum.
Yeah, because it even makes
a lot of that. Yeah, because he went in and he's like, "Oh, you botched my spot," or whatever he had said about it to Hossman, who is now considered by most to be his guy. He had planned that. Every company that goes to look at him should probably be looking at that. That should come into the equation because it's one of the biggest incidents involved with him in a long time, and it was clearly premeditated to a degree. Yeah. But looking beyond that, how is any company going to look at what this man was getting from Tony Khan, what we publicly know he was getting from Tony Khan? His own show. His own championship. Because I forgot to mention that the last time.
Yeah, people are like, is he going to show up with a WWE? Do you think WWE is going to show an AEW title on Raw?
With an X?
Yeah, do you
An
think that's
off-brand
going to
AEW
happen?
title that no one else has really acknowledged except him and, like, Ricky Starks?
Yeah.
No one else cares about that belt. MJF was on the same show as him multiple times and has not once mentioned the imposter belt. That's how you know you're fucked. Like, MJF didn't even mention it as the champ.
Yeah.
Like, come on, your belt means nothing.
But-
He got his own belt, his own show, own control creative, the soft roster split for him, which they announced that between All Out and All In, they announced was no longer going to be a thing to WWD. I just don't see how you look as a potential hiring company at everything this man was given and the results that it kept getting and not be like, why?
Yeah. And all that, but the big selling point from WWE's side, from the fanatics, is that WWE can control him. All right, let me give you a list of wrestlers that they couldn't control just off the top of my head. Snuka, look it up. Brock Lesnar, look it up. Jeff Jarrett, look it up. Ultimate Warrior, look it up. CM Punk, look it up. Like, the example of WWE can't control him is him.
Yeah. It's wild, dude. I don't get people, man.
CM Punk. Oh, go ahead, sir.
This guy's nuclear, in my opinion.
All right, CM Punk, last statement here from me. And then we're going to go to another topic about you because you're stealing everything. All right. If you want to have your fucking pride, honor, and dignity, start your own company or go to NWA or Impact. And then fucking make it from there. If you can make them stars. Because I think about it. Your resume doesn't match you getting over. You did nothing without Ring of Honor. You did nothing without WWE. And you did nothing with AEW. You're not on Jeff Jarrett's level. You're not on the Young Bucks. You're not on the Golden Lovers. You have done nothing but bitch. Prove me wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. This is a blatant theft
from
the fucking Bobby Fish one.
And here's the thing. Do you think any WWE superstar... Do you think any WWE superstar is not going to bring up your fucking Rocky past when you use that line in WWE?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You were so protected by Tony Khan that, like, the fact that you said, tell me when to tell lies, and no one brought up the fact that you beat up a woman. No one brought up the fact that, you know what I mean? There's so many fucking facts that they could have brought up, and they didn't. You think fucking Triple H is going to protect you like that? You don't think John Cena's going to go off script? All right. We'll find out. Listen, if you want your dignity, you want your honor, you want your respect, start your own company or go to NWA or Impact and prove that you can make a small company great.
Quick question. Prediction. Do you think he will actually follow through and have the big shit on AEW thing in Sports Illustrated that got rumored?
I'll be honest with you. The way it's going, if he has any legal advice, I would be like, dude, just shut up. Because the thing is,
I would think.
If he has any legal advice, like, yo, dude, save that shoot promo inside a Raw ring, save that. Because here's the thing. Every day Triple H doesn't pick this up, you lose thousands to millions of dollars. And I don't know, maybe Triple H is a big fan and is worried about your bank account. Because everyone's like, it's all about money. Yeah, it is all about money. And if Triple H
became a budget purchase.
Yep. You just got it. All right.
Because where's he going to go?
Where's he going to go?
He says, we didn't even go into that. That's the other thing. Money-wise, his offers just plummeted. Because if he goes to WWE and tries to hardball for money, they're going to be like, why? You're banned from the second company.
Yeah,
you're banned from number 2. You got yourself banned from number 2. Why?
Yeah. It's like, are you going to go back to Impact? How did that work out the first time? Oh, that's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I honestly think him and NWA is a perfect match. If he wants to prove himself.
His ego will allow it.
What's that?
His ego won't let him.
Yeah, but like, if he had an ego that he wants to prove Tony Khan and the Elite wrong, wouldn't he start his own company? Like,
Yeah, but he won't.
yeah, he's an ego. He's got an ego, but he's also kind of a bit of a coward.
Nah, yeah, this man doesn't take risks. They wanted him to be at the start of AEW, and he wouldn't go to AEW until AEW proved itself. Come on, the man
Yeah.
doesn't take risks.
No. Wherever you go, I hope you find happiness.